Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Today you join me in my newly refurbished garage. So the main talking point in here is the garage floor. So as you can see, it's got a very nice finish on it, nice and smooth, just like a dealership workshop floor really. And the steps to get there were quite long, but we got there in the end, and I'm pretty impressed with the finish of it all. So today I thought I'd just really quickly talk through how I got the floor looking like this. Before I move on guys, I just want to say please subscribe and like this video. Also, if you have any questions at all about anything you see here or anything I talk about in the video, please just drop a little comment and I'll definitely answer you. Cheers! So I'll put some pictures on the screen of what the floor looked like before this. So as you can see, the floor before was just raw, untreated concrete left by the builders, and this floor before was very hard to clean, very hard to keep tidy, very messy really. And I wanted a floor that looks amazing and is really easy to keep clean. So the first step of getting this floor nice and level was to use some self-leveling concrete. Just bought that online. So the stuff I used was called Ardex K301. I've heard very good things about this. I did a lot of research before I did it, and K301 seemed to be the best. So the amount of K301 I needed for this single garage space was around 7 bags in total. So this garage is around 5 meters long by about 3 meters wide, and the volume I wanted to fill was around 5 millimeters at least, because I did have some quite big grooves. So once you've worked out how much K301 you need, you then need to prepare the floor. So for this I used Ardex A46 Repair Mortar, and what that does is I just filled in all the cracks in the original floor, and I went around the edges and just filled it all in, because obviously there is gaps there where the new concrete could escape when it's wet. And then before laying the K301 you need to use a primer, P51 primer, and you lay the K301 while the primer is still wet. So what I did, so I started at the garage door, and I worked my way all the way back, and I jumped out of the door back here. So over here I had some MDF wood, and it was sealed using just some normal sealant to ensure the K301 did not escape. Apart from that, all I can say is you really need to get the mixture correct. It's something like 5.5 litres per bag of K301, so 5.5 litres of water per bag of K301, and all I can say is you must get that bang on, otherwise you get air holes or air bubbles in the finished product. Even though I had a spiked roller, so the spiked roller is used to pop all of the air bubbles, I still found when it was properly set there was a lot of air bubbles. So just try and get the mixture absolutely spot on. So once that's dried, the K301 takes around 1 month to dry actually. That's a big factor. So I would do this job in the spring or summer months. I did it in the winter, which means it took even longer to dry. It took around 7 or maybe 6 weeks to properly dry, and then I could finally get the surface in a good condition. So as I just said, I had a lot of air bubbles in the dried surface, so I used just standard automotive body filler, only in the air bubbles. If you do it on a bigger surface, say that there was like a dip in the floor, you could not use that body filler for that. You could only use body filler for very small air holes, and it now looks amazing. This was an area of a lot of air bubbles. As you can see, I filled in every single one. Again, I'll try and put some pictures on the screen just to help convey that. But once the concrete was properly dry, properly treated, you know, air bubbles are all filled in, you have got to sand it a bit, make a bit of a key for the paint. So I just used, I think I used 60 grit, 120 grit to finish off. So once that's ready, you then need to paint it. So to paint it, I used Resincoat. This is called Resincoat light grey. Now this is epoxy paint. This is not any sort of polyurethane paint, because polyurethane paint does not like water, and you may have experienced in the past, as soon as you bring a car into a garage with wet tyres, the paint just comes straight off. That's most likely because you're using polyurethane paint. So this is epoxy paint. This is what they use in warehouses, factories, medical environments, all that sort of stuff. And it lasts a lot longer. So this is really, really hard stuff. You cannot scratch it at all. Obviously it will damage with big, heavy, sharp things. So dropping tools may damage it and may chip if you drop a tool on here. Obviously I've not tried that. But yeah, this paint is quite expensive. This small garage was around £300 for paint, and actually £300 as well for concrete. So just this floor alone, you can see here, cost £600. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but I'm really hoping it's going to last a very long time. And as you can see, the finish is really, really nice, exactly what I wanted. So the resin coat process was quite difficult. So what we had to do was use 4 coats, so 2 coats of primer and 2 coats of top coat. So I used the moisture resistant primer. If you go on their website, they've got like 4 different primers. All I know is moisture resistant and frail they had. There's 2 more, I'm not too sure what they are, I can't remember. But because this is brand new concrete, I had to use the moisture resistant primer. And the thing is that the paint goes off, or the paint goes unusable in 40 minutes. So that's the only difficult part of it. You have to make sure you're going pretty fast to get this all done. So you've got to do the edging and the main body of it in 40 minutes per coat. I mean, for this garage, it was pretty much fine, no issue. But for a bigger space, you may need to segregate the garage. So just use 1 pot for an area you can do in 40 minutes, for example. So the finished product is really nice. I must say, I am pleased with it. A few issues here and there, but nothing, a bit of hard work can't sort out. The last thing I'll show you is the little lip here. So this is the old level on the left. This is the new level on the right. As you can see, there's a raise there of around ½ centimetre, and I made a little lip out of Ardex K46 mortar, and yeah, so far it looks very nice. There's a few bubbles here which I missed, but that's what it looks like when you miss the bubbles. But that's not too bad. That's only about one very small area. You can't even see it when you stand up. I've not actually parked a car on here yet. That is the next job. So I will report back once I've parked the car on here. Hopefully no damage is done to the floor. If it does get damaged, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Anyway, that was just a quick garage update. The main thing was the floor. I've got a few workbenches, wash machine in here. I've got the bikes up here, nice and high out the way. So the MX-5, when it gets parked in here, should be lower than this wheel here, so that the roof might come up to about there. Because the space is quite tight. I've measured it, and the MX-5 is going to just about fit in here. And of course, we've got Lewis Hamilton up here. No garage is complete without a little car-related picture. Okay guys, thank you for watching, I'll see you later.